Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Danny Rose. I'm your host here at Scholar TV. If you follow us over at Twitter, you're aware we have a brand new segment there called Friday Features. It's where each and every week you get to show off what you've been working on here at Full Sail University. And I would like to introduce my new segment, Feature Feature. It's where I sit down with the artist and have a little chat. So we're looking forward to getting into this. This week we had Jamey White. She submitted a really awesome beat. She is a music production student who's looking to graduate toward the end of this year. Miss White, I am excited you were able to come talk to me today.
Okay, well, hello. I'm Jamie White. I am my hometown is in Opelousas, Louisiana, and I actually come from a military background. I was born in Alabama, then we moved to Mississippi, then Texas, and now I'm in Louisiana, back where my parents grew up. So I'm attending Full Sail University online program as a music production student. And, growing up, I've always been involved in music. I took piano lessons starting at age 3 all the way to throughout high school. And then I did choir from third grade all the way through um, my first college degree. So yeah, music's always been a part of me, and now I'm pursuing it as a career because it's my life. Like it's what I love, and I can't see myself doing anything else.
I feel you there. I'm 37 years old and just now getting to the point to where I want to say that at some point in my life, that I am making a living doing what I want to do rather than
Hmm.
what I have to do. Um,
Right.
so yeah, finding that place of happiness, that's very important in life. Um,
Yes.
so when do you graduate?
I graduate this December.
Oh, okay. That's cool. You excited about that? Scared?
Yes. A little nervous but excited.
Right. Yeah. It's I just started I graduate in February next year, um, and I am uh, kind of scared to graduate because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know, because that's when it's sink or swim time. At that point,
Hmm.
the school's done their part, so then they
Yeah.
pass it on to us, and we either take it and run with it or fall on our faces. So uh, hopefully the former. Um, so this beat. Tell me a little bit about this beat.
Well, lately I've been getting into the dark pop genre, and I was like, okay, what sound selections do I even go with? So I was like, okay, let me think of some dark pop artists who I admire. And I was like, oh, Billie Eilish, cool. So I was just listening to several instrumentals by her, and then it just hit me. And so I pulled open a Logic session, and I just went for it.
Oh no, I feel you. You know, that is nail on head right there. Billie Eilish, I could see that. I could see that a lot in that.
Hmm.
Um, Speaking of your music, I'm going to share your YouTube channel on this feature because you have a lot of stuff on there. Not just this. You have a bunch. Um, and so I was scrolling through it last night. Listening to a bunch of it. So we're going to go do a short break. I got some announcements, and we'll be right back to wrap things up with Jamey White. So, how do you know um, uh, when a track is done?
Whew. Well, that's that's really hard to like give a one sentence answer because when you're in the writing process, you will always find something to tweak. Like you can go on forever. Like no, I can bring the volume down just a little bit, or oh, I can EQ that a little more. And
Right.
there's like a fine
It's never
line.
ending.
Yes, you have to make that business decision to be like, you know what? I put enough time in this. It sounds great. It's done.
Move on to the next.
Yes, because
Yeah,
time is money, and
yeah,
like
right.
you can't just sit on something for a whole year and you're
Yeah.
working on a song for 1 year. Like no, you can't
It
do
is
that.
because you end up one you overthink things when you do that, um, and sometimes things turn out will be better if you had taken it 4 takes ago
Yes.
than what you end up with,
Yeah.
and then you spent more time, so you have less content to put out, and because you've overthought it, it's subpar.
Mhm.
So, I like seeing, like, your YouTube has a lot of content on there.
Even
Like,
though it's
you're sharing
not the
stuff out.
best. I'm like,
Well,
oh
but see,
no, not the
we
best to
are
me.
always we are our own worst critics,
Yeah.
always. And I feel you on that because there's been, I don't know how many times I've hit that post button, that submit to YouTube, and then listened to it once and immediately deleted it because I was like, no, I'm not doing that because it's not good enough, and um, I don't have a lot of content. You know, I haven't really gotten into. I have it on my computer. I
Yeah.
have tons. Like I had to go buy an external hard drive. I've got tons of stuff, but what I've felt comfortable with releasing is a different story, and that comes
Yeah.
into our own
Getting in
our
our own
own
way.
yeah our getting in our own way, being counterproductive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because that is the worst thing. I struggle with that the most, being counterproductive. Counterproductive pride. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's not good enough. I'm not going to put it out. I refuse to put something out that's subpar. And so then I don't put stuff out. And then when I've overthought something and something does get posted, to me it's subpar. I feel like it's not good enough. I feel like it's just a mess because I've overthought everything in it. So you're left with this blender of something that has lost all its direction.
Yeah.
Um, And so, yeah, knowing when to stop. I knew it was a loaded question when I asked it because that's there's not one answer for that. Knowing when to stop is probably the most important thing when it comes to producing any art. I do the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with my paintings. I will obsess over my paintings and they'll sit there on my easel for like months. I had one I just finished uh, for my sister for Christmas that had sat on there for a year, and it stops me from working on other. I only have one easel, so it
Wow.
stops me from working on new stuff when I can't find that stopping point on what I'm on the one.
Yeah.
So that's it's cool that we can correlate those mediums because
Mm-hmm.
um, I believe all these lessons, production is production, and whether you're producing game, design, or you're producing music, or you're producing film, or anything like that, it's all production, and that's what we do here at Full Self. It's basically what we do. There are other degree paths, but our bread and butter is production, uh,
Yes.
and so I feel like all of these things can relate to multiple different career paths. Even if somebody's not a musician or in the audio arts program, they can see that, I don't know when to stop doing my 3D animation. When I feel that it's good enough in game design. I don't know when to stop. Knowing when to stop is probably an important thing in a lot of different areas. So
Yeah, I think it's just as important as the actual quality of like the content,
it
if
is.
not more important.
Well, it affects the
Yeah.
end product. I feel like it does. Um, so that is a very important thing. Uh, I guess a good thing to do would be to schedule. I'm going to work on this piece for this amount of time.
Yeah.
Like Dave Croft, who I actually, shameless plug, I have an interview with him coming up on the next episode of Scholar TV this Wednesday
Nice.
at 9 a.m. Um, uh, Great inspiration for me. I'm wanting to do film music, so and he does production music, which
Mm-hmm.
is another lane to where that's kind of the same thing, but it's another source of income and uh, another creative outlet for people who are into film music and stuff. He said he has a podcast called 52 Qs Podcast. He works on one cue of music every week. He tries to do up to three, but he doesn't. He doesn't like. A lot of people like to do a cue like every day. They'll sit down and write something. If you do that, then you're working on something too short. I feel like, and you're not giving yourself enough time to work out the bugs and make a quality product. So, uh, quality over quantity is the balance. And if you commit to writing 1 cue a week, and at the end of that week, you're done with that cue. You move to the next one. So that's probably a good
Yeah.
rule of thumb to use, so that you're not overthinking things. So you're not working on the same track for a month, and it ends up being subpar.
Okay.
You know. So it's been really good talking to you, Jamey. I look forward to hearing everything that you do in the future. I'm going to roll out the red carpet for you. I don't know whether you watch Hot Ones or First We Feast.
Yes.
They do. So I'm going to roll out the red carpet for you, and you let the world know what you got going on in your life. I had to remember the line.
Okay. Well, I am committing myself to writing 1 beat a week. So I'll be uploading on my website, madamjmusic.com, weekly. So stay tuned. And yeah, thank you for having me on here, Daniel.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.